Braising and stewing are good ways to cook less tender cuts of meat, poultry, and fish. The term braising is usually associated with larger cuts of meat, while stewing refers to smaller, often bite-sized pieces of meat. The basic technique is the same. Considered moist heat methods, the liquid is added after the item is either browned or seared. Oftentimes, the liquid is used as part of the sauce served with the item. All meats should be kept at the proper temperature and stored in the lower shelves of the walk-in unless kept frozen. Never store meats at room temperature. If you see any discoloration or smell any off odors, do not use the product. Use the proper cutting boards and wash, rinse, and sanitize all surfaces afterwards. Trim off any excess fat from the meat and cut into appropriate sized pieces. The pork is cubed for this recipe. An important step for creating flavor in this technique is to brown or sear the items. Use a small amount of oil in a large pan over high heat. Brown all sides of the item. For small items, you could use a tilt skillet, grill, or oven. The goal is to generate extra flavor. When braising larger items, additional ingredients and liquid may be added to the pan and cooked. The idea is to add just enough liquid so that the amount left after cooking becomes the sauce at the right consistency and flavor. Enough liquid to cook the item, but not too much to weaken the flavor of the sauce. Here, once the pork is seared on all sides, we add the liquid ingredients, cover, and simmer for 30 minutes. If the liquid begins to boil, it will cook the meat too fast and probably make it tough instead of tender. There are some occasions with larger cuts when the meat would be removed from the cooking liquid. The liquid would then be cooked further to reduce the volume and concentrate the flavors. Add the carrots, followed later by the peppers and celery, since they all take different times to fully cook. A slurry of cornstarch and water are added last, along with the pineapple. Be sure to taste the recipe before placing it on the service line. Follow all critical control point guidelines when holding the sweet and sour pork in steam table pans for service.